So here's problem 8 here. It says Emily and Santos are both able to roll their tongues. Tongue rolling genes, which is using capitalized R. So you have that gene in you, you are able to roll your tongue. So genes R, big R, are dominant over non-rolling genes, which is small r. A person with genes double big R's, or at least one big R and one small r, is able to roll their tongue. Someone with gene 2 small r's cannot roll their tongue. Suppose Emily's and Santos' genes for tongue rolling are big R and small r. So basically, both of the parents here are able to roll their tongue because they each has, or they each have what? One big R, right? So they can roll their tongues. Write an expression for the possible tongue rolling abilities of Santos and Emily's children. What is the probability that a child, Emily's and Santos, could not roll their tongue? So we have 2 things we need to answer. First thing is to look at the possible tongue rolling abilities based on the genes that the 2 parents have. And so now, I want you to go ahead and create your Punnett square, in this case, a square, or we call that a box now. And what kind of box do we need for this one? It's a 2 by 2, so let's go ahead and create that. We have a 2 by 2 box, and here, of course, representing Santos, right? And the other one is for Emily. Now for Santos, what gene you put on him?
Big R.
Big R and small r. And for, what about for Emily?
Big R, small R.
Big R, small r as well. So big R, small r. Maybe you should use different color for you to see. Big R, small r. There you go. So let's cross them. What do you have in here for our first box?
R. Big R.
2 big R's. Okay, 2 big R's. What else?
Big R, small R.
For which one? The right hand side?
Right.
Okay.
Big R.
There you go. What bottom?
R. Big R, small R.
Okay, so big R, small r, and
And
this?
small R.
Okay, so based on this table, can you tell me, if I want to write an expression for the possible tongue rolling abilities, based on this table, what are your chances of being able to roll your tongue?
Quarter.
Huh? What is it? Very good. She said 3/4 of 75% because remember, that's all you have. Because if you have at least one dominant gene, you are able to roll your tongue. That's pretty simple.
Cannot roll their tongue.
Cannot roll the tongue meaning you have 2 small r's, right?
Yeah.
But anything else, you can roll your tongue. So I want you to go ahead and write an expression to represent possible tongue rolling. So how do you write that?
1/4. I don't know.
No. Look at the table, and how do you write an expression for that?
Big R.
Okay, big RR
Plus.
Big
Small R square.
tongue rolling, right? So this here, including this one as well, right?
Yep.
So how do you represent that?
Big R.
Plus what?
2 big R plus
Big R and
small R.
small r. Yes. That's it. That's how you represent the expression of the ability to roll the tongue.
Oh, small.
Right?
R.
2 big R's, definitely 2 dominant genes. You can roll your tongue, and you still have 1 dominant gene here, so therefore you can still roll your tongue. Yes.
How come in the box the both big R's, how come it can't be R?
Okay. You're right. You're right. I can do that, but because I still want to demonstrate that this is 2 genes coming together. We're talking about science. You know, you want to put R squared. But you're right. R times R is R squared. Correct. I can certainly do that.
So
But-
it's the same thing as that?
Yes. Any questions so far? Okay, look at the last one now. What is the probability that a child, Emily and Santos, could not roll their tongue?
1 out of 4.
Which is? 25%. So here it is. 1/4 chance of not being able to roll a tongue, so that's 25% chance of that happening. Any questions so far? So if I kind of shake this family up a little bit, and let's assume now, what if Emily doesn't have the tongue rolling ability at all? So now I'm going to create a whole new chart for you and see if you can actually fill this in. So Santos still has this tongue rolling ability, but Emily now doesn't have the tongue rolling ability. What kind of children can they possibly have? Can you tell me? So tell me, if you crossbreed, what would happen? Just work it out and tell me. Observe. Just work that and see what you.
It's more.
It's half and half.
Oh, whoa, really? Half and half? Let's see. So this is 1 big R, 1 small, right? And this is 1 big R, 1 small r, 2 small r's, and 2 small r's. You're right, it's half and half. So that means every single child you have 50% chance of being able to roll his or her tongue, and the other half, which is 50% chance of not being able to roll his or her tongue at all. Okay? Fair enough. Questions so far? So this is what's happening when you have recessive genes and dominant genes and so on within your family. It's actually a pretty good learning experience too, honestly. Okay, any questions on that? So today, guys, I'm just going to follow up on what we learned yesterday. Yesterday, first of all, we learned how to find special products, right? And the special product I presented yesterday was this. I gave you the following. I said, okay, well, 3x minus 5, and I squared. So this is called the square of a difference. And the approach that I show you was, every time you see something square like that, you would do what?
You square the two terms.
Just go back to the very basic technique I want to kind of review with you. So, what would you do when you see that?
Circle the two terms.
Yes, Mark.
Never mind.
Okay, never mind. Anyone?
Circle the box.
So you want to circle, but remember, for those who want to see this clearly, remember I told you that this can be expanded? So if you're expanding this, what do you see?
3x
Okay, so duplicate of 3x minus 5, right?
And then can we do the box?
And yes, you can certainly do the box this way, so I'm going to go and show you two approaches. This approach is the box approach. It's a 2 by 2, so therefore I'm just creating a box for it. And as you can see, I'm just going to put the label here, 3x minus 5, 3x minus 5. Please be very careful with the sign in front of the term. You got to include it. Some people forgot this, and of course you get the wrong product in the box. And I don't want that to happen to you. Here, when you multiply, what is 3x times 3x? 9x squared. What is negative 5 times 3x? Okay, what about this side? Negative 15x? What about over here? And positive 25. Okay? So for this particular case, the reason it's called special product is because you'll see duplicates of the middle terms in a sense. And so when you combine like terms, what does negative 15x and negative 15x combine into? Okay, so this is something that people all tend to mess up on as well. When you combine like terms, it doesn't mean multiplying. We're just putting things together. It's like a sum. Okay, of course, if they are like signs, we just add them up and the sign stays the same. They're both negative, so it still stays as a negative. If they're opposite, of course, something will happen, right? Okay, but in this case, you got 9x squared minus what? So minus 30x, right?
Yeah.
And last term?
Plus 25.
Plus 25. Okay, so this is the box approach, and I want to remind you, once again, that you can always go back to the box if you don't feel comfortable with the mental way, meaning, using mental math to simplify this. But for those who feel comfortable with mental math, then do this. You would look at your problem and say, okay, wait, okay, I can certainly identify the two terms right away, right? I have 3x and I have negative 5. What do I do? So watch carefully as I do this, because I'm going to ask you to repeat what I just did. Mental math, I first identify the two terms. After I identify the two terms, what do I do next?
Square.
You square both of them. Very good. So what is 3x squared?
9x squared.
9x squared, because 3x times 3x. So 3 times 3, x times x. 9x squared. What about negative 5 squared?
Positive 25.
Positive 25. Notice that I don't just write 25. I wrote positive 25. Reason, because that's my first and my last. I'm expecting something in the middle. That's why I have to have every sign included. Okay, now the middle term is determined by doing what? Yes? Very good. So you multiply the two terms together.
10 times 2.
And
squared it.
no.
Times by 2.
See, the difference is when you square, it's different than multiplying by 2. Okay, squaring is not the same thing as times by 2. So please get that separated. Another way to say it is just double it. So 3x times negative 5 is negative 15x, right? Double that, negative 30x. So I'm going to put right there, negative 30x. And there we have it. Same exact answers, two different approaches, one using the box, the other one using mental math. Easy enough? Okay, so this This was a special product, and was called the square of a difference. Square of the sum is the same approach, except for this one, it becomes a positive instead of a negative, because it's a sum. Okay? And today, though, I want to introduce to you another kind of special product, and it's called, let me just write down, here we go. The product of sum and difference. So here's a special product for today that I want you to learn. It's called the product of sum and difference. Okay, product, sum, and difference. Notice how it's a bit different than yesterday. Yesterday I said or. This time I said and. Well, and because both of them have to appear at the same time for this to work. So what's the difference? Okay, watch what happened. Today, though, I'll give you something like this. First of all, I can give you something like this, and you can quickly tell me what the answer is, right?
Yeah.
What is it again?
X
X squared
plus 10x
plus 10x plus 25. Okay, that's good. You're using mental math, and I helped you see why. This, two terms, x, 25, right? X squared, 25, 5x double, 10x. That's easy. So there was yesterday. Watch what happened though. If I expand this is x plus 5, x plus 5. Okay. I want you to go and compare this to our new case today. I'm going to use that same problem with a slight change. What just happened? What did I just change?
All the signs.
Okay, the only thing that's different is the sign. I don't multiply x plus 5 times x plus 5. It's not the same thing, is it? This time, notice I have a product of a sum and a difference, hence the name. The product of a sum and a difference. So I want you to go ahead and try that first using the box technique. So as I set this up for you, can you go ahead and multiply that and tell me what you have here? So this is x plus 5. This is x minus 5. Can you do that? And then tell me what you find.
Hold on. I want to say it. We're gonna
Just
say
do it. Just do it. Just
say
do
it all
it.
together.
Yes, go ahead. I'm going to give you about 2 minutes or so. And see what you find.
I'm dead.
You're done.
Oh, no, wait.
Oh.
Okay. All right. What did you get for the first box?
X squared.
X squared. Next. 5x. This.
Negative 5x.
Negative 5x.
Negative 25.
Negative 25. Okay. What did you find this time? What did you find? That's different. What? Okay. Okay. So what will happen then when you combine like terms?
It's a 0.
It's a 0.
So it's an X.
One is a positive 5x. One's a negative 5x. You put them together, they cancel out. So because they cancel out, what you end up with is just simply x squared minus 25. What we just established here, guys, is called a special product of sum and difference. Reasons? Because we know for a fact that because they have opposite sign and because they have the same number, opposite sign with same number will result in cancellation, right? In this case, what term is being canceled? The middle term. And because of that, we can now use mental math to multiply quickly without having to do the box, because if you notice, all that you have to do is this. Isn't it true that's like x times x? 5 times negative 5 to get that? Because you know that the middle term will get canceled anyway. Right? So once again, if you feel like, wait, I'm not sure about this, create a box, test it out for yourself before you make a conclusion. But if you observe long enough and you realize that, oh, so every time I have, everything looks the same except they have opposite signs, something will get canceled. Yes?
Can you do an example with the cubed?
The cube.
Yeah.
It's a special product of a square, so no cube.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Cube we'll probably learn in chapter 8. Okay, any questions so far? Okay, let's try here, see if you recognize what it is. And see if you can actually find the answer quickly. Here it is. Can anyone tell me what the answer is quickly?
4x
Isaiah, loud.
I know.
4x squared?
Minus 49.
Very good. Done.
Wow.
That's it. That's what I said. And you know why now, right? Because if you do the box, one is going to negative, the other one's positive, they'll cancel out, and so therefore, it's like there's no middle term. It's 0. Okay, so I want you to recognize this to be a special product. It has to look like this in order for you to eliminate the middle term. So when it's in this form, you need to decide, wait, am I going to have 2 terms, a binomial or a trinomial as an answer? So I'm going to give you a series of problems, and you tell me, am I going to get it back a trinomial or a binomial, okay? So here's the next one. Oh, why am I writing the same thing? For some reason, I have 2 and 7. Makes 9. Ooh, might remember.
7, 8, 9.
I did. That's okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
But nobody answer it.
Tell me. Don't answer. Just tell me your answer. You expect it to be a trinomial, which is 3 terms, or a binomial, which is a 2 term. What do you think?
Binomial.
Trinomial.
Bi or tri?
Bi.
Bi, you said.
Try.
Bi. Okay. Okay. Why tri? Okay. No opposite signs. So you recognize that because they have the same sign, there's something in the middle, right? So if you expand this, is that what it's going to look like? And notice, no opposite sign. No opposite mean no cancellation. No cancellation mean you have all 3 terms. Does it make sense? Okay. Now, you can use the box approach or the mental way. Now, for those who are going to be using the mental math, what do? Circle. Very good. You circle the terms and what? You square all 2 terms. So what is 3xy squared going to get you?
9x squared y squared.
Very good. 9x squared y squared. You see how the square gets to in all the terms, right? All the component inside the term. Okay, what are the last term?
64.
Plus 64. Now here's the tricky one. What is my middle terms going to look like?
24, and then times by 2. So it'll be 48.
Positive or negative?
Negative. Because negative 8.
Very good. So what do you say? Negative 48 what? xy. There it is. Okay, without using the box, right? Of course, if you want to use the box, help yourself with that. It's fine. Either way is fine. Okay, any questions yet? How come I know what? The middle term? No, please, ask.
She's just
Okay.
kidding. Don't pay attention.
Yes,
Wait, how did you get the middle from the first place?
okay. Would you like me to show you the box?
No, it's asking about the middle one.
Okay, well, the middle term is actually a product of the 2 terms right here, which is negative 24xy and double that, which is negative 48xy. That's just a shortcut, right? But once again, I would definitely expand it using the box to get the right answer if I'm not sure about the shortcut. Okay? Well, we're good so far? Yes, Jenny? Okay. All right. Tell me if you have 2 terms or 3 terms on this one. Ready, guys?
3. You have 2.
Oh, 3. Try. It's a try.
2
Oh, wait.
or 3?
2.
2.
2.
Why 2 not 3?
Because you can combine.
It's a try. It's
Don't
a
worry,
try,
Dad.
not
So who thinks it's a try?
No.
Meaning, if it's, remember, if it's a try, everything has to look exactly the same down to the sign, right? No opposite sign will be allowed. So in this case, you still think it's a try?
No.
So what is it going to be then? It's a buy. Reasons? Even though this looks the same, but do you notice that 4xy is actually opposite each other? I know it's not like in the usual place, but that doesn't matter. Once again, if you're not so sure about it, what do you go back to? The box, if you're not sure. But if you are sure, let's do it. So what do you expect your answers to be? Okay, so what do you write?
Negative 16.
Negative 16.
Y squared.
Okay.
Plus 9y squared.
Okay, 9y squared. Do you notice that this can be rewritten to make it a bit nicer? We don't want to start off with a negative, so I can just kind of switch it like this. 9y squared minus 16x squared y squared. You see how I can kind of switch them? A negative still maintains a negative. A positive still becomes a positive. But then I guess I want to start off with a positive. There. That's all we got. Okay. Any questions on that?
No.
So I hope you know when something is a trie and when something is binomial.
Do we have to switch it?
Technically no, but then I would advise you to switch it because we wanted to have the positive. Makes it nice. That's all. Okay, we're good?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Taking micro quiz.
Check this one out.
Oh man.
He was asking about what if it's a cube?
Oh, but you say we're gonna learn it next time.
Sure, why not? Hey, I was about to write that 7 again.
Write a 7.
15 minutes to do the quiz.
Okay, what does that mean now?
It's cute.
You just
Right,
add
five.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
write it
So
3
you're asking, well, is it going to be any different? Well, actually, there is a pattern, and I hope you will explore this on your own. But yes, you would write it 3 times. Okay. And then what do you do after that?
You times one.
All of them at the same time?
No,
The 2 first. Okay, so I would do this.
8x cubed.
And we just learned a way to do this. We learned a short approach to get this done, right? So what that's going to become? Oh, by the way, 3 terms or 2 terms when we get that?
Oh.
2 or 3?
Oh. Wait, what?
When we multiply 2x plus 3 times 2x plus 3, are we going to get back a trinomial or a binomial? Okay, you saying bi, so that means they have opposite sign?
Oh no.
See? You're going to have mixed up. Once again, if you're not sure, what do you do? A box square. So, but for those who are sure of this, what do you get then if you're going to be using mental math?
4x squared.
4x squared
Wait, no. Yeah, 9.
plus 9.
Plus 9.
What about the middle term? 12x. See that? So now we can actually quickly do it and times it by, bring this down, 2x plus 3. Now this time around, what do you have to do? There's no shortcut to this one, unfortunately. So what do you have to do? Box. What kind of box?
3 by 2.
It's a 3 by 2. Is it? So we would create a box like this of a 3 by 2, which ends up being 4x squared plus 12x plus 9. And this one on the side is 2x plus 3. Okay, what do you fill in here? 8x cubed?
12x squared.
I mean, no, that's not
24x squared? 18x? 12x squared? 24? Oh wait, 36x? Okay.
And then 27.
Okay. Combine like terms? Right? Which ends up being what? You got 8x squared cubed right there. What? 36x squared. 64x squared. Oh, 54. Okay.
54x squared.
Even you didn't even.
I am just asking you. Okay. Plus 27.
Plus
Now,
27.
for those who like, wait, is there a pattern to this thing?
Yes.
First of all, here's my answer to you. Yes, you figure it out. But at least here's a hint. At least the first and the last term you kind of know. 2x cubed, 8x cubed. Last 3 cubed, 27. You just have to figure out the middle 2 terms yourself. Is there a pattern to get the middle 2 terms? You won't learn that until algebra 2, but then again, you figure it out.
You can show
Okay.
us.
Yeah.
Okay, but any question there?
No.
Alright.
Quiz.
Yeah, before the quiz,
Oh.
I'm very curious. Watch this.
Oh my god.
3.
No,
No, I know.
7.
82.
Then you put a 7 down again.
Can you please no?
Oh.
Wow.
Wow.
How many terms do we expect to have?
Whoa.
2.
2.
No, excuse me.
2.
Listen carefully.
2.
Is this a special product?
Yes. Product of sum and difference, yes.
Yes.
No.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes,
A
yes,
special
yes.
product?
No.
No, sorry.
No, not a spe- wait.
No,
I know why. I'm raising one.
Yes, Isaiah. Is this a special product?
No,
Why?
because the last number is not the same.
Very good. They don't look the same. They have to look the same,
The
first of
sign
all,
and the number.
and the sign either the same or different. That's when you say it's a special product. If it's not a special product, don't even try to use the shortcut. Just do a box word, please. Okay? All right. If you're not sure of, but yes, I can say right now, not a special product. So therefore, there is a middle term. Don't assume that because there's a plus and minus here and it looks almost similar, then you just cancel out the middle term for no apparent reason. Okay? So if you're not sure about something, just set up a box and do it. Okay? All right, and I'll leave that problem for you to practice at home. Let's get started with our quiz.